empathy and call to action. Have you ever thought about what happens asterisk after asterisk the gavel falls? We often see courtroom dramas end with a verdict, a clear winner and a loser. But what about the stories that don't fit into that neat little box? What about the people who walk out of those courtroom doors? Not with a sense of relief or vindication, but with deep, invisible scars? Picture this: a life completely turned upside down, savings drained, reputation in tatters, relationships strained to the breaking point, and for what? Not for a crime committed, but because they were caught in the gears of a system that can be slow, confusing, and incredibly harsh. These are the untold stories of the silent victims of the legal process. Imagine being accused of something you didn't do, the long nights spent worrying, the constant fear, the feeling of being judged by your community, friends, and even family. You spend months, maybe even years, fighting to clear your name. You hire lawyers, you gather evidence, you endure endless hearings, and then, finally, the case is dropped or you're found not guilty. You should feel relieved, right? Vindicated? But for so many, that's not the reality. The financial cost alone can be devastating, wiping out a lifetime of savings. Your career might be derailed, your professional reputation damaged beyond repair. People look at you differently. The old saying, "There's no smoke without fire," sticks, even when it's not true. The trust you had in the world, in the system, is shattered. This is a trauma, a profound psychological wound that doesn't just heal because the case is over. We're talking about people who followed all the rules, who put their faith in the process, only to be left emotionally and financially broken. They are collateral damage in a system that's supposed to be about finding truth and delivering justice. But where is the justice for them? Who helps them pick up the pieces? Who helps them rebuild their lives? The truth is, often, no one does. There's no support system, no program to help them recover. They're simply expected to move on, to forget the nightmare they just lived through. But how can you forget something that has fundamentally altered the course of your life? How do you move on from a trauma that society doesn't even acknowledge? This isn't an attack on the dedicated people working within the legal system. It's a call to look at the system itself, to see the cracks where people are falling through. It's about recognizing that the process itself can inflict harm, independent of the outcome. Justice shouldn't just be about guilt or innocence. It should also be about preserving the well-being and dignity of everyone involved. So, what can we do? It starts with awareness. It starts with conversations like this one. We need to share these stories, to give a voice to these silent victims. We need to talk about the human cost of our legal system. We need to ask the tough questions. How can we make the process more humane? How can we provide support for those who are exonerated or have their cases dismissed? We need to advocate for reforms that reduce the burden on the accused, that speed up the process, and that provide resources for mental and financial recovery. This could mean better funding for public defenders, stronger standards for bringing charges, or creating post-exoneration support services. It's about building a system that doesn't just churn through cases, but one that genuinely cares about the people within it. This isn't a political issue. It's a human issue. It's about empathy. It's about looking at a person whose life has been shattered and saying, "This isn't right. We can do better." Your voice matters. Start by sharing this video. Talk to your friends and family about it. Research organizations that are working on legal reform. Support initiatives that aim to create a more compassionate and just system for everyone. Because a system that creates victims in its pursuit of justice is a system that is failing. Let's work together to build one that truly serves us all. Thank you for watching, for listening, and for caring. If this message resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to join the conversation. Let's make a difference, together, at Aksaki Stories.